a special presentation from ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. 32 teams start the season with the same dream. Get to
Let's skip the intro like we normally do. Load. All right, so I did not. I didn't go forward in the week at the end of the last live, so I can actually replay the weekly wrap up for a catch up for everybody. Again, this is last week's weekly wrap up.
This is SportsCenter. Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Bears walk away with a 6-point victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs win their 5th game of the season. The 49ers lost this one, but will stay at number 3 in the NFC West. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Vernon Carey leaves the Dolphins and will be on his way to the Lions. And he's a smart enough player that he should have no trouble adapting to his new line mates. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Steven Alexander is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Titans, Texans. Drew Bennett was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. The Texans win this one by the final score of 41-14.
I remember how I got cooked
Ahman Green
as the
stepped it
safety
up this week and gave his
on
team
that
some
play.
added firepower for the win. Antoine Smith had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Ravens beat the Patriots. Way up in the northern plains in Minnesota, we had the Vikings lose by 6 points. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Rashawn Mathis sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. It's a torn calf muscle, and the doctors are estimating he'll be out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Damian Anderson is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Tests at the stadium revealed a broken kneecap, so he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Gilbert Brown is done for the year as he'll watch the rest of the season from the sidelines, and they'll be scrambling now to find someone that can fill his shoes. Now the big story of the day. Randy Moss is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Raiders, Broncos. Ron Smith is in his own territory, but he's got a lot of room to run. We know about his speed. There's a couple of moves. Oh, boy! The defense overlooked him. He could go all the way. 76-yard touchdown. The Broncos go on to win this by the final score of 28-17. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Mo Lewis is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 4 years, $5.9 million. Antoine Smith will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Ravens. Jason Gilden will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 5 years, $18.3 million. Added on to that, a $3.6 million signing bonus. Jeremiah Trotter will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Bears.
Over at Heinz Field, we had the Steelers lose by a narrow 5-point margin. The Panthers won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Saints. Colts, Lions. Dominic Rhodes
In the backfield, the ball is at the 40-yard line, and the lead man through throws a block, shakes off one tackle, bounces outside, and now it's a foot race. The 10, the 5, touchdown!
The Colts win this one by the final score of 41-16. The Bengals got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Paul Brown Stadium. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Eagles pick up their 8th win of the year. The Cardinals lost this one and will now fall to second place in the NFC West. The Saints win yet again this week and keep their impressive streak alive. And last but not least, we had the Seahawks come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Never too early indeed. And now that, for the most part, the regular season in college football is behind us, we can really start looking back at the guys that have impressed me the most across college campuses this year. Nunez is one guy I look at who's come a long way the past couple of years to be where he is now. 6 feet, 304, out of Virginia Tech. And of all the defensive tackles in the country, he might very well be the guy that has the biggest upside attached to him. He's proven to be a real disruptor at the college level, and he shows great anticipation skills and above-average strength and quickness. Brady is another guy that scouts are keeping a close watch on. He has the quick feet that are necessary for a pulling guard in today's game, but he also has the strength and toughness to finish his blocks. So that'll do it for now, but expect there to be plenty happening between now and April.
So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my prime-time player. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right, y'all. Let's. I'm planning on playing 2 games today. 2, count 'em, 2 games. Week 13.
Hi, I'm Chris Berman. Ahead on ESPN, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours out there from all of us at the worldwide leader. No matter how much you packed away at the dinner table, we still got a great buffet of football that should whet your appetite like Aunt Agnes's stuffing. You know, that's Houston, New York, now!
And there she is, the ESPN blimp flying high overhead. Greetings from Jet Stadium, everybody. I'm Dan Stevens. Here with me in the booth, my longtime associate, Peter O'Keefe. Peter, this game has got a playoff atmosphere with a chance at the #1 spot in the division at stake.
Well, the pressure's on, Dan. You better believe it. Can secure #1 in their division with a win. And with these kind of matchups, it all comes down to rhythm. Whatever team can establish an offensive and defensive rhythm earliest will come away with the win.
And now let's go down to the coin toss.
All right, let's go tails. This should be a laugher in terms of score. The Jets defense is a lot better, at least. Well, on paper, the Jets defense is a lot better than their offense. How the game goes, that may or may not play out that way.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown kicks it, and we are underway. Cravat fields it all the way back at the 3. Tackled at the 24.
Wayne Corbett got a very respectable return off that nice kickoff there, Dan.
The Jets will start this drive at their own 24-yard line. Soul goes in motion.
Curtis, my favorite Martin.
Him back at the 22.
He might actually say that in the halftime show or the post game if Curtis
Stop of his play behind
has a
the
big
line of
play.
scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up second down. Pennington rifles it out left
There we
side,
go.
and it's
You
knocked
better
away
drop
from
that
the
shit.
receiver, incomplete.
Chad Pennington let fly a risky throw into double coverage, but it fell incomplete.
That may be a bigger incompletion than it looks.
You're right, Dan. A shorter third down is an easier third down.
Instead, they will stay put and have to take another shot. Third down and 5.
Pennington. Oh, what the fuck? How in the fuck is he that open? Damn. That was ridiculous. I hope they show the replay.
Santana Moss gets open and gets the football for a gain there. Watch this again.
He is wide open. The defense.
Damn, man, we cannot be doing that shit.
Anyone that open in the NFL, or they will make you pay, baby.
Third and long.
And that's Santana Moss.
Convert. What do you think of that, Peter?
I love it. That's what football is all about, making the big plays when you need to, and you can't coach that.
Pennington gets all of his arm into this pass, and it's not reeled in. Incomplete.
Justin McCarron's tried to snag that one across the middle, but doesn't happen.
Potential for a quick first down, but no, they cannot hook up the pass.
You can take a shot in that situation, and it's really not going to hurt you. That's a good call.
That'll bring up second down.
Please make this a little bit harder for me. Down! Set! Listen up! Gray, take me two! Listen up! Gray, take me two! Hut, hut!
Soul goes in motion.
Hut! Hut, hut, hut! Hut, hut!
Okay, good. I didn't have to expand my player's energy to dive at that dude. He just went down. Very nice.
Third down, empty backfield.
Looks like an even matchup out there. 5 receivers, defense is countering with a nickel.
Pennington.
Oh, what the fuck was that? Lucky they didn't call pass interference. That was ridiculous.
Jay Foreman was on that fly ball on that last play like glue. He knew where the pass was going, and he stopped it. Incomplete.
Well, the D holds tight on third and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up fourth down. Lord fields it at the 21. Again gets free. Back down at the 31.
Okay, we will be back momentarily.
The Texans offense takes the field, and they will start at the 31-yard line. Davis uses the ball on first down and maybe picks up one on the play. Second down, one man back.
Down! Set! Gray, 39! Gray, 39!
It would be great if he would dive sooner.
Number 1 saw nothing happening, so he decides to scramble for it.
And he turns in a pretty successful play there.
He's never more dangerous than when he improvises like that.
Number 1.
Oh, Andre, where the fuck are you, dude? Get down the route tree.
Johnson could have had a nice run up the sidelines on that one, but didn't make the catch. That's incomplete.
There we go. There we go.
Number 1 lays this one in beautifully. Got to see it one more time.
Right on the money, Peter. He effectively
You just need to go
defense
yard on him.
irrelevant by being so accurate.
Yeah, they might as well have been 10 yards away.
He gets the touchdown off a nice play. Fantastic athleticism.
What a player.
Here's the point after, and it's good. There's the signal, and we're ready. Brown rockets this one deep. Corbett downs this in the end zone for a touchback. The Jets stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 20-yard line. Pennington throws a
Oh,
to the right side.
tipped it too high.
It's tipped. Incomplete.
Aaron Glenn can make it happen in the defensive backfield. 11-year man out of Texas A&M. This is one superb cover guy. He's often ruining would-be catches, getting in the way and disrupting those passes. Just try to throw around him. I dare you.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
Down! Set!
Uh-oh. D-line stepping up again. It's crazy. The D-line for the Texans steps up more than the DBs. Sometimes Aaron Glenn does something back there, but it's more so the D-line of the defense.
Penciled in. In fact, put it in ink, Dan. This guy can really close on the ball. Well, Dan, we got an empty backfield, 5 receivers, and the defense is in their dime. Let's watch.
Pennington
Oh,
lobs this
man.
one out to
Fucked
Black.
myself up.
It's complete at the 42, 35, 30,
Damn.
at the 25.
Just damn.
That will bring up first down.
Justin McCarron will not take no for an answer. Watch this play where he makes the
He's
catch
bringing it.
and then knifes ahead for plenty more.
And Peter, that time, neither of those guys really had a height advantage on the other.
Yeah, and sometimes when you find yourself locked in a matchup like that, it simply becomes a question of who wants the ball more. Advantage offense there.
Down! Set! Black 43!
Oh, almost picked.
Couldn't connect on this one.
Nice job getting your hands on it, Glenn. Very nice.
Second down, 3 wideouts in the game.
Down!
Corbett goes in motion.
Goal 52! Goal 52! Hut, hut!
Martin chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up third down.
Dan, bunch of receivers out there. Defense is expecting that. They go to nickel.
Oh, boy. There we go. Someone's going to pick something.
Dodges a tackle. Another move.
Ah,
Runs out
I
at
tried
the
to
20.
juke. Tried to juke with the DB his way back downfield.
I'm coming now, I'm coming.
check out this replay, Dan. Watch the
Look at this.
focus here.
Boop.
He's got it, and I must say that was some clever maneuvering to get into a position where he could pick it off.
You can't coach instincts like that.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you gotta love D like that.
The Texans are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Davis gains 3 yards, and that will bring up second down. Second down with the tight end right.
Down!
Damn. Fucking hell.
Way back at the 16.
They have John Abraham on that D-line.
Back a few with a great sack in the backfield. That was a great call.
They forced that one backwards, and that's going to make this third down that much harder.
Yeah, they also make it easier on themselves by wiping out all of the potential short yardage plays they might face.
Third and long. Number 1 puts his arm into this one, and it's caught at the
Go, get him.
35,
Get him, Andre.
25, 10, 5, for the touchdown.
Andre motherfucking Johnson.
Andre Johnson has just one guy on him, and he beats him easily. Even with my
Is that like a 90-something yard
I think I could have done a
or
better job
80-something yard touchdown pass?
I doubt that. He would have smoked you like a salmon.
That sounds pretty good.
That
He coulda
touchdown
dove,
is going to
number 38.
establish some distance between them, Peter.
That's a
Yeah,
big score.
84 yards.
Now the point after, and it's good. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Texans enjoying the lead, 14-0.
What's that? Okay, second quarter.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown booms a beauty here. Prevett decides to take it out of the end zone. At the 29. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
You bet.
The AFC East ain't that great. New England's at 6-5, and so is New York.
Wayne Corbett got the ball in the end zone and had a big run out of it. Saying no to the touchback was a risk, Dan, but it paid off.
The Jets were intercepted last time out. We'll see what
Son of a
happens
bitch.
here. We'll start at their own 29-yard line. Martin picks up about 2, and that brings up second down.
Curtis Martin played it smart on that last one by following his blockers, but hey, they were unable to open up any holes for him.
Not much there. It'll be second down.
Got to take what you can get, Dan, but they were, hoping for more.
Damn.
Down! Set!
Prevett goes in motion.
Blue 33! Blue 33! Hot!
Pennington fires this one over the middle. and
Pennington is off.
Incomplete.
Chad Pennington is really struggling out there today. As you can see by the numbers, it's all bad. Up to now, he's got 82 yards and 1 interception.
Third down and 4 wideouts in the game.
Down! Set!
There we go.
Didn't haul that one in.
Mistimed that route.
Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Mistimed that route like you know how to.
Superb coverage on that play. No wonder it was incomplete.
Well, the D holds tight on 3rd and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect tool for that situation.
And it will bring up 4th down. Going, gets the ball and punts it away. Ford peels the punt
Damn.
at the 25.
Felt like he could have broke that tackle.
35.
Jamal Lord racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Texans come out on offense and are well ahead. They have yet another shot to score and start this drive at their 35-yard line.
There we go. See, I tried that before and he dropped it. Wait.
Markers for a first down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he dropped it. Something happened.
Andre
Either way, it
Johnson
wasn't
leads
complete
the
last
catch
time.
Despite being covered by 2 defenders, Dan, I guess he just can't be intimidated. Check this out. Oh, yeah, it's all about being focused. He had his eye on the ball the whole time, and he knew where he had to be.
And Peter, that play doesn't get off the ground unless he runs a very precise.
Yeah, that's a ball season. 30 TDs and 5 picks. 50% completion is not good, though. Darrelle Revis.
Help on that one in the form of blocking, but he still couldn't make a play out of it.
Chews up 4 yards. That brings up third down. Number 1.
Ah, no, I'm going for it. Fuck it.
Andre Johnson, that one from
I waited too long to. Norwood waited too long to release that ball.
And it is not often you see that from him.
well, normally he's pretty sure-handed.
Tackle, but they keep the drive alive. First down.
First
at
down.
the 35. It will be first down.
Number 1 saw nothing happening downfield, so he decided to scramble on that last play, and that was not a bad decision at all. He had some room to work with, and he knew how to exploit it.
A big fourth down conversion there, and Peter, the call paid off. No resting on their lead, eh?
No, that's one of those situations where you could have gone for it, and they did. Great play.
Davis bulldozes right of center and chews up about 4 on the play. Pickens picks it away on the coverage, incomplete.
Ray Higgins managed to disrupt things. He got in there and he smacked that pass away. Great beat.
On second down, they tried for the first, but it's played well by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice pressure on top. Check out those interceptions over his career. What a ball hawk.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, wasn't sure he was going to even get there.
Markers for a first down.
2-minute warning coming up.
One gets this one past the secondary quite easily. I think the safeties were
Yeah,
out
but I
of
didn't
position
think
on
he
that
was going to get
one.
there.
Now that kind of accuracy is hard to cover, Dan. He knew where he wanted the ball to go, and that's where it went.
Terrific throw there. He's gotten off to a very good start today.
His team expects nothing less from him, and neither does he.
First down, 2 receivers to the left. Davis gets
There we
the
go.
toss and
Shit.
runs into traffic.
Gotta get upfield.
Clock will continue to run.
Fucking Darrelle Revis. Wait, is that Ray Mickens is 24? Okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
That's his second.
Yeah, this is probably before Revis was even drafted.
Number 1, rifles this one hard over the middle, and they can't connect. Incomplete.
Just damn.
She ain't even blink, rapper. Cause you know I was gonna be right there.
Bro, this guy fell off a cliff mid-season.
Fourth down.
Sam Cowart made the save, dropping the ball carrier before he could get to the marker.
They stopped him cold. Fourth coming up.
Exactly what this defense needed to do.
Fourth down, and the field goal unit is on the field.
I didn't see which direction the wind was blowing. But hey, we made the field goal. We made the field goal.
High snap perfectly. Sets up the ball. There's the kick, and it's good. 3 points.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Brown booms a beauty here. Corbett downs this in the end zone for a touchback. The Jets haven't got much out of their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their own 20-yard line.
There we go. Don't let Curtis Martin slip through nothing.
The clock continues to run.
Jason Babin was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
They put a stop to this play behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
To bring up second down. Third down, 11 yards. The Jets take their first
There we go.
timeout.
There we go. I think 29 got a hand on it, but I'm not sure.
Chad Pennington has had difficulties, to say the least, and now he's second-guessing everything he's thrown. Terrible day. So far, he's struggled to get 99 yards and 1 interception.
Second down, 3 wideouts in the game.
Terrible day. Ooh, I knew it. I knew it. You know they're gonna call pass interference for just bumping into him.
Floats this one out to the right sideline.
How? My goodness. Just how?
That's their second.
Just how?
First down and 4 wideouts in the game.
Down! Set!
Glenn tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete.
Aaron Glenn came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
That is their 4th batted ball. Tell you, we've seen a number of good defensive plays from this squad.
We sure have. We'll see if they can keep it up, though.
Down! Set!
Pennington throws a heater.
Ooh, nice defensive play.
It's tipped. Incomplete.
Eric Brown came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
On second down, they try for the first, but it's played well by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice
Yeah,
pressure that
let's
time.
go with that.
Down! Check gold E3! Check gold E3!
No, I'm not even gonna say that was safety's fault. That was for whoever the fuck was supposed to be guard him fault.
Santana Moss has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch. He beats his man cold. It's all about staking your turn.
That's his first touchdown of the day.
And I think he's a guy guy you can count on to make those end zone catches. He sets a high standard for himself, and he usually meets it.
Here's the extra point, and it's good. There's the signal, and we're ready. Going, kicks it off. Glenn fields the kickoff at the 7.
Spin off him. Damn.
At the 23.
Aaron Glenn tried to run it out, but the defense preferred that he stayed put, and they made their case pretty forcefully there.
The Texans offense takes the field with the
10
clock
seconds left
at
in the
10.
first half.
Davis gets the
Ah.
tackled, and the clock will
All right,
continue to
halftime
run.
show, y'all. I'll talk to y'all after.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Texans enjoying the lead 17-7. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now let's take a look at the halftime stats. And boy, look at the difference in rushing yards. The Jets are certainly losing because of it. It's hard to win when you play like that. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Chad Pennington would find his target on this one. Texans midway through the first. Andre Johnson is going to try to stretch the field here. He's going to make them pay. A 57-yard touchdown for the Texans. Jets still midway through the first quarter. Jets behind by 7. Justin McCarron emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. Texans ended the first quarter. Andre Johnson came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. An 84-yard touchdown for the Texans. Texans up 14-0. After driving 43 yards on 11 plays, Chris Brown would come on and connect on the field goal try. A 40-yard field goal. The Texans have opened it up and now lead by 17. The Jets come right back. The ball at the 14. Chad Pennington connected with his man on this one. A 14-yard touchdown for the Jets. And that's where we'll leave this one. Jets are down at the half, 17-7. And as far as my halftime hero, well, there's really no contest. Andre Johnson has played like a man possessed. So that does it for our halftime report. We'll send you back now to the second half of this.
All right.
Dan
Second
Stevens
half
and
on the
Peter
way.
O'Keefe are there. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Chris. And today's game has been presented in ESPN Game Sound, designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. The Texans get the ball first this half, and another score by them could really open up this game. They currently lead 17-7. Now let's get to the game. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Nice drive results there. I like their efficiency.
Touchdown.
Without a lot of wasted effort. Great job so far.
The Texans offense will start this drive at their own 29-yard line. Davis throws it to the time and maybe picks up one on the play.
Dominic Davis has been searching for a rhythm out there, Dan.
Big gain on the ground, baby. Big gain.
Bring up first down.
Number 1 does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here, and he gets some yards.
Second and fucking 20.
Loss back at the 36.
John Abraham stripped down his man back there, pounded into the sidelines, and then knocked him out of bounds. Great job.
Second down with the tight end right. No dice, and it falls incomplete.
I don't like any of these pass plays, really.
Chase down at the 49.
Going for
With
it.
the tackle. Fourth down coming up.
Gotta go for it, baby.
Number one tries to improvise something in that last minute, and he comes up with nothing. Nice effort, though. That scramble got him back up to the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that.
Wrapped up, but he's past the markers.
You already know what time it is. First down.
40. It will be first down. First down, and this is the 7th play of the drive. Number one throws up.
Okay, Miller. All right, Miller. Was that his first catch of the season or something?
Number one threw a perfect pass back there. You know, I had a better shot at it than the defense did, and hey, I'm up here in the booth.
That's the third time today he's hit a receiver way downfield.
Well, his arm didn't come cheap for this team, so they might as well get their money's worth.
Tackled at the 13.
Whatever. I mean, that was more feasible, I guess, but still. But still.
John McGraw does a nice job picking off the pass there. He's got it, and he gets a little more with that nice little run back.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you gotta love D like that.
The Jets are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at their own 13-yard line.
Listen up! Gray, 62!
Soul goes in motion. Pennington closes and it's complete at the 23.
We both ran into. They both ran into the receiver.
Number 29, defense. The penalty is declined.
First down, 2 wideouts on the field.
Down! Listen up! Gray, 160! Listen up! Gray, 160! Hut, hut! Hut, hut! Hut! Hut, hut, hut!
Tackle him, damn.
Picks up 6 on the play.
Tackle that mofo.
Will bring up second down.
Down! Listen up! Goal 27! Listen up! Goal 27! Hut, hut!
There we go.
Takes him down back at the
Very nice.
Jay Foreman not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield, but buffed and polished it too. Big hit for a loss.
That's his third tackle of the game. Moss goes in motion. Glenn makes a play on this one and forces the incompletion. That will bring up fourth down.
Aaron Glenn swatted that one away cleanly. The receiver didn't have a prayer in getting that one.
He records yet another batted ball, and I'll tell you, he's really playing well out there.
Yeah, he's been after the ball from the beginning of the game. Real aggressive play.
Going, gets ready to punt this away.
Make the return.
Going, takes the long snap and punts it away. Lord gets it at the 29.
Well, that didn't do nothing. That spin did all of nothing.
Jamal Lord didn't have much room to work with back there. The special team squad made sure he couldn't respond to that really nice punt.
The Texans and their last drive stall out at the end. We'll see if they can keep momentum throughout this one, which starts at their 32-yard line.
There we go. I like it.
And he's got the first down and a whole lot more.
Andre Johnson.
There we go.
Close by, but was able to bring down the catch.
There's another downfield catch, and he's been grabbing his fair share of long balls today.
Absolutely, Dan. He's owning downfield. Look at that. Over 200 yards. Can anybody stop this guy?
Down! Set!
Number one passes this one deep.
Corey Bradford.
And it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete. Second down, one man back. Right side, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more.
Number one throws into a crowd here and by some miracle gets a completion out of it. I don't know how that happened, Dan. Let's have another look.
There you go. Well, the D had him covered, and they just couldn't get to the ball.
Let's see what this toss will end up doing.
That kind of pass is instinct.
Great pass, Peter, and he's having a terrific day so far.
He's got 280 yards.
It's weird how ass these guys are.
Davis takes it off the toss and runs into traffic, and that'll do it for the third quarter. The Texans
Shake them
enjoying the
titties.
lead, 17-7.
Oh, no, sir.
Davis picks up a yard on the play, and that will bring up third down.
Dominic Davis had some
3rd and
blocking
10.
on
Okay,
that
let's
one, but
see.
he's still left with nowhere to go.
Well, not much of a game there, and they will face third down.
Third and long, too, Dan. Big play coming up.
Third down, 9 yards to go.
Down! Set!
Stop at the 8. Ellis was in on the tackle. Fourth down coming up.
Number one tried to scramble.
Field goal time.
Trouble back there, but doesn't get much in the way of yardage. You know, it's hard to improvise a play like that, and once you cross the line, you become one-dimensional and much easier to take down.
Fourth down, and the field goal unit is on the field. Brown with a 25-yarder, and it's through the uprights.
Chris Brown has little trouble pooching this one through. Let's see it again. Yep, he knows that you aren't allowed to miss many of those in this league.
Chris Brown kicking off the Texans.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown
Pooching.
buckets this one deep.
Pooch into the oldies.
Prevent downs this in the end zone for a touchback. The Jets stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 20-yard line.
Four receivers and a nickel D. This could go anyway here.
Hike the ball.
This pass will fall harmlessly to the ground, and it's incomplete.
Down! Set!
Pennington fires this one over the middle, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Pass interference.
receiver way too much on that play, and the ref let him know it with a flag for pass interference.
Down! Set! Flag 32!
Long makes a play.
There's some tips going on.
Forces the incompletion.
Kylie Wong got himself in prime position to bat away that football before the receiver even had a shot at it.
Another batted ball, and they have been attacking the pass every chance they get.
That's right, Dan. You know, why simply defend the pass when you can obliterate it?
Second down, tight end to the left. Pennington uncorks this to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Holding. Really? From pass interference to defensive holding?
Try and wrap him up on that play, but the ref saw it, and that's a clear-cut case of defensive hold.
Down! Set!
Brown puts a leg
Keep making him drop it.
and
Just keep making him drop it.
from the ball. Incomplete.
Number 23 with the coverage. Second and 10. Ball, Jets, 40 yards.
Down! Set!
There we go.
Gets the sack at the 35.
That's what I'm talking about.
Third down with
That's
the
what I'm
smash.
talking about, baby. Again, Kylie Wong. I think Kylie Wong had the last 2 sacks.
Pennington throws a high
Damn.
ball to the right.
Maybe be where the ball is dropping.
They will turn the ball over on down.
Chad Pennington tries to thread the needle on this one, but is not successful. Maybe he should think twice before throwing into double coverage. Yep, ends up incomplete. That wasn't a wise throw.
I think it's time to run some clock, y'all.
Aggressive play calling
I
at
think
deep in
it.
their own
Well, I
territory,
got over
and
3
it
minutes
may
left.
have cost them dearly.
I just don't see how they were in 4 down though, especially at their end of the football field. That's a bad call.
Davis will get the carry on first down and maybe picks up one on the play. Second down, 3 wideouts in the game.
Down! Set! Green 37! Green 37! Hut, hut! Hut! Hut, hut!
Davis gets the call again. Heads up.
First down he's ran for in like what, 3 games?
First down.
First down, Texas.
Dominic Davis gains a lot on this play, but it wasn't all him. Watch. Yep, he owes everything to those blockers, baby. They cleared the path for him.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chains.
Great execution.
Hiked it too soon.
Carries it for a third time in a row and maybe picks up one on the play. Second down. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes. Davis has his number called up. The Jets take their first time out. Third down with the tight end right.
Down! Set!
Davis. The Jets will take a timeout. That's their second.
Let's go with the field goal here.
Fourth down, 5 yards.
Don't need to
go.
injure my quarterback or fumble the ball.
Kicks it from 33 yards. It's up through the goal post. Good.
Chris Brown has little trouble pooching this one through. Let's see it again. Yep, he knows that you aren't allowed to miss many of those in this league.
That's his third field goal of the day, and giving your team 9 points is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, unless those 9 points are covered by pollen.
Watch it.
Sorry, that makes no sense.
All right.
Sorry.
Brevett patches it back at the 4.
Come
Breaks
on.
free.
Come on.
There's some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet.
Well, stop
turnover
sneezing
column
at
is
it.
the grim news, in my opinion. If you want to win, Blaine Brevett was able to find some weak spots in defense. Got a good run back on that.
Oh my gosh.
Start this drive of the game from
Oh
well
my
in
gosh,
foul
bro.
territory.
I just thought about what the commentators said. I forget who is who, but you know, when dude said unless he said those 9 points are nothing to sneeze at, and the other guy said, well, unless those 9 points are covered in pollen. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And the other guy said, come on, stop it. And the previous guy's like, I know, I'm sorry. That made no sense. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm worried that was a dad joke, and I found it that funny.
Came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
A nice defensive play will give him his second batted ball of the game.
Yeah, great read there.
Third down. The clock is stopped at 1:36. Pennington zings it to the right side, and it's tipped. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Aaron Glenn came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
He records yet
I'm gonna be
another
giggling
bad
about that
throw.
for a while, man.
He's really playing well out there.
He's been after the ball from the beginning of the game. Real aggressive play.
This one falls incomplete, and they will turn the ball over on downs.
Hunter Robinson is on that play from the get-go. They attempt a short, quick out, but he's already there to break it up. Perfect defense.
Well,
Oh,
they don't
shit.
convert on 4th down, and
Oh,
that
fuck,
will be
man.
it for them.
Yeah, chalk this one up in the L column, Dan. It's all over.
The Texans will start this drive with unbelievable.
I don't know why that shit's so funny to me. It just is. The 9 points being covered in pollen. I'm like, what? Like 9 points is a physical thing or something, you know?
The Jets take a timeout. That's their final one. Second down, 1 man back.
Down. Set. Red 35.
Davis will lose a bunch here. And the clock will continue to run.
Ray Nickens was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
Another tackle, and he's starting to fill up the stat book.
He is dominating, Dan. So far, he's got 5 tackles.
Let's want some time.
Green 17. Green 17. Hut. Hut, hut. Hut. Hut,
Rips him down in the backfield, and that takes them even farther away from the marker. It'll be 4th down.
Eric Barton was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He
No,
powered
well,
into the
yeah,
backfield
yeah,
and made
yeah,
the
I
tackle.
will.
Another good stop by the
Actually, I
defense,
could have just
and
called a
that'll be 2
timeout, really.
losses
Now I'm
in a
thinking about
row.
it.
4th down, and the field goal unit is on the field.
You know what? I'm just going to call a timeout because I got to fuck with this directional thing.
The Texans want to talk it over, and they take their first timeout. Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
That's going to be a miss to the right.
Brown
Yeah.
with the 45-yard attempt and badly misses this one to the right.
Why are they shaking hands? He missed that shit. Really? What? Oh, it's maybe because they won the game. I don't know.
Chris Brown usually can make these with some regularity, but not today.
Anyway, here comes the
Well,
post-game
something
show.
wrong there from the get-go.
You tee it up that many times, you're bound to miss some of it.
He's given that foot quite a workout today, Dan. Maybe he should switch and use the other one next time.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Texans come out on top 23-7. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Texans stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll pick up the action midway through the third quarter. John Quickstraw McGraw is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Jets have it off an interception. Chad Pennington would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Texans leading by 10. Andre Johnson is going to run a great route here. Have a look as it creates some space and is able to bring this in. They're now up by 13. The Texans have it again. Chris Brown sets up for the little chip shot, and this one is no problem. A 34-yard field goal. And that's where we'll leave this one. Texans come away with a win, 23-7. Now let's check in with our player of the game. A guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Andre Johnson was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Calvert. Susie?
Thank you, Chris. You really hustled today, and you prevailed with a big victory. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
Our offensive line played great all game. They did a great job of protecting the pocket, and they made big gaps for our backs. Some folks like to focus on the skills position, but you gotta appreciate what those guys do for us in the trenches.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on ESPN, celebrating 25 years as the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Chris Berman. So long.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on ESPN, celebrating 25 years as the worldwide...
All right. Let's get to this weekly wrap-up, y'all. Okay. Ba-da-da. All right. Let's see what happened around the NFL this week.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Jaguars win by a comfortable margin. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Ravens win their fourth game of the year. The Broncos won this contest and will now move to second place in the AFC West. The Bills drop yet another game and are really struggling on and off the field. 49ers, Rams. Tim Rattay, calling signals at his own 40-yard line, rolls, then fires a slant. Look at it go! He could go all the way! 60-yard score! The 49ers go on to win this by the final score of 21-14. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Rashawn Mathis might be the biggest loss on this list. It's a torn calf muscle, and the doctors are estimating he'll be out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Randy Moss won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. X-rays after the game revealed
It's a torn booty muscle.
So he'll likely be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Aeneas Williams is done for the year as he's been placed on injured reserve, and as the quarterback of the defense, his loss will certainly be felt. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Marcus Cuckoo Kachoo Mr. Robinson nabbed 2 touchdown passes and helped his Vikings beat the Bears. Up in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, the city by the sound, we had the Seahawks get nipped by 3 points. Down in Tampa, we had the Buccaneers fall by 10 points. Chiefs, Raiders. Tyrone Wheatley,
Such a tough runner. Split the backfield at the 35-yard line, and look at him stiff-arm that defender, and it opens up the hole for a touchdown.
The Raiders go on to win this by the final score of 16-7. The Redskins defense got to the quarterback 4 times in their win at Ralston, Maryland. The Browns lost at home and will have to hit the road to meet the Bills. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Rushin Jones will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 2 years, $1.1 million. Dwayne Bates will be playing his football elsewhere, though perhaps not for as much as he would have liked. 4 years, $3.2 million. Oronde Gadsden is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Packers.
Cardinals, Lions. Number 2
is calling the signals at the 28-yard line. Will they go safe? Pocket forms beautifully. Lob. Nice in stride touchdown.
The Cardinals win this one by the final score of 26-14. The Eagles lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC East. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Colts pick up their 8th win of the year. Ricky Prohl Shampoo stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Texans, Jets. Andre Johnson came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. The Texans win this one by the final score of 23-7.
All right, Chris, thanks. With the playoffs a little more than a month away, things are starting to get real interesting when it comes to seeding and the races for the division crowns.
That's what's up. Number 1 in the playoff seeds.
Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So that's how things shape up. Still plenty of intriguing matchups upcoming as we get closer and closer to January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right, let's play the next game. This will be the last game of the live. Oh, we play the Colts again. Fucking hell. They gave us all we wanted last time.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Here we go on ESPN. They called Baltimore home for more than 30 years and won 4 titles during that span. But the Colts have had at best mixed success since their move to Indy in 1985. We'll see if they're for real here. Indianapolis, Houston, straight ahead.
Well, the fans definitely look pumped up and ready for today's game. Hello, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to
I think Adrian James might be injured for them. The week before, they had the highlight, but it was Dominic Rhodes with the ball, so we'll see. I don't know.
The Colts have a great group of safeties who mean business, whether it's pass coverage, run pursuit, or what have you. These guys flat out take care of business. The Texans have some safeties who do a great job in coverage. They know just where to be, and they don't commit until they know just where the pass is headed. Both of these groups have a chance to shine. The question is, which one?
Okay, Peter, we'll see how they do once the game begins, but first, the toss of the coin. The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown kicks it off to begin the game. Rhodes down.
All right, let's get this started.
For a touchback. The Colts send their offense out on the field and will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
Oh, there's Edgerrin James.
Number 93 with the tackle. Second and 5.
Down! Set! Check! Goal 16! Check! Goal 16! Attack!
Gets the call again and heads wide right. Tackled at the 24.
Aaron Glenn was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
And he did a super job of lining up his man and then, wow, taking him down.
That's a great battle down there, Dan. This time, the Dean won.
Third down, 3 wideouts in the lead. Smith.
There we go. Get on him.
Fourth down coming up.
Trey Smith comes in untouched on this play and just wallops the quarterback. Hey, where was the O-line, Dan? Did they just give up? Oh, the quarterback's going to be pointing fingers on that one.
That will be 2 losses in a row.
Great reads by the D on the last 2 plays, Dan.
Smith lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Smith takes the snap and punts it away. Lord fields the punt at the 40. Breaks the tackle. Stopped at the 40-yard.
Jamal Lord did a nice job getting some yards after fielding the solid punt.
The Texans start this one on the center logo at their 49-yard line.
There we go.
And he's got the first down and a whole lot more. First down, 10 yards to go. Number 1, just this one is the pass is made well past the markers for a first down.
Andre Johnson makes the catch with 3 defenders on his case.
I just don't know why the throw was made into triple coverage. Hey, it worked. Yes, it did.
Nice job pushing the pile. Okay. Damn. Just try to punch this in.
Dominic Davis didn't get very far on that last play, and he even had the help of some blocking. I guess the defense had their number.
Not much there, but they'll get another shot on 3rd and 6. 3rd down, goal to goal.
Touchdown.
Will get the carry on 3rd down and gets the touchdown.
This is a nice run here. When you watch the replay, Dan, check out his field vision. Great job of finding space.
He'll get the touchdown, and he does it in style.
Beautiful play.
Now the extra point, and
The extra point
it's
is
good.
good.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown kicks it off. Rhodes fields it all the way back at the 4. Dragged down at the 24.
Dominic Rhodes tried to run it out, but the defense preferred that he stayed put, and they made their case pretty forcefully there.
Colts stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 24-yard line. James goes in motion. Rifles it out left side, and the reception is made past the markers for a first down.
Brandon Stokely does a great job here battling 3 defenders. It's definitely worth a second look. Let's watch. And he still comes up with the ball. Wow, you can't coach that.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they remove the chains.
And let me tell you, Dan, hearing those chains move is one of the best sounds in the game for an offense.
38-yard run. Down! Set! Brown, 62.
There we go. Slow Edrin down.
On the play, and that brings up second down.
Down! Set!
Manning fires this one over the middle, and the catch is made well past the markers for a first down. First down with a split backfield.
Down! Set!
Wayne hauls
Damn.
right side, and
Not this shit again.
and he's in for the touchdown.
Fuck.
Reggie Wayne makes the catch, but watch here what he does after the completion. Caught, and now fight for more yards. You can't coach that.
That touchdown will cut it close, Peter.
That was a big play. Way to stay in the game. Wow, look at that. He's up over 3,000 passing yards. Great work so far.
Now the extra point, and it's good.
Reggie Wayne.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Vanderjagt booms a beauty here. Glenn decides to take it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 15.
Aaron Glenn thought he had some running room from the end zone, but gets planted before he gets to the 20.
The Texans had an effective first drive, and we'll see if they can keep it up. They'll start at their own 15-yard line. Number 1, Cannons.
There we go.
It's complete for a first down and a whole lot more.
Andre Johnson had 2 guys on him on that play, but still managed to make the catch.
Fantastic catch, and he is putting up great numbers.
Got that right, Dan. He's now got 75 yards on 3 catches.
Down!
Davis takes it off the toss and runs into traffic, crosses the field, pursues and makes the tackle back at the 44.
Mike Doss was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
They put a stop to this play behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up.
That will bring up second down. Number 1 throws this up the road, and it's complete at the 42.
That's why we need some consistency at the receiver
That will
position.
bring up first down.
Number 1 with a nice pass past the D on this play. It's worth another look here. Oh, it's all about accuracy, Dan, and there was only one guy covering him on that one, so it makes it an easy catch.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chain.
Great execution.
And that'll do it for quarter number one, and we're all tied. First down with the tight end right.
Down! Set! Black 25!
Davis has his number called on first down and chews up about 4 on the play.
Down! Set! Black 32! Black 32!
Damn.
Penetrates and stops that back.
Let's pass it.
Was the one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
They don't let that play get back to the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up third down.
Down!
Tackled is the 26. First down.
Number 1 does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here. He gets some yards.
First down, and this is the 7th play of the drive. Davis loses 1 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Idris Bashir not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield, but buffed and polished it too. Big hit for a loss.
That's his 3rd tackle of the game.
Bradford finally makes a catch.
Is well past the markers for a first down.
Number 1 gets it past 2 defenders on this one. What a throw. It's worth a second look. That's what you call confidence. Throwing into double coverage like that, and what accuracy to prove it.
Another completion, and that will be 5 in a row.
Nice little streak. As you can see, he's up over 2,000 yards.
Only 2,000 yards?
Davis goes right up the middle and picks up a couple.
All right.
Dwight Freeney not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield.
Let's see if we can run.
buffed and
Let's see if we
polished
can
it
run
too.
this in.
Big hit for a loss.
Nice job eliminating
Dude, I
any
was like
forward
16 yards
progress on
rushing.
that play. That will bring up the 3rd and long.
Damn.
To 4. Morris will be credited with the tackle. That will bring up 4th and goal.
Damn.
Number 1 tried to make something happen back there, but nothing doing.
Put down, and the field goal unit is on the field. Brown with a 21-yarder, and they take the lead.
Chris Brown puts in an easy short one. A clean kick, no worries.
For the first time today, they leave the red zone with only a field goal to show for it.
You know, overall, Dan, the defense has to be happy with how that one played out.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Brown kicks this one away. Rhodes fields the kickoff at the 2. Breaks a tackle. Leaps over a tackle. Stopped at the 29.
Dominic Rhodes received that nice kick and a nice little run back after the catch. Good job.
The Colts offense comes out and has an opportunity to tie it before halftime. They'll start at their own 29-yard line.
Goal 16.
There we go.
And the clock will continue to run.
There we go.
Jason Bateman forced the offense back a few yards with a terrific sack in the backfield back there.
That'll be his first sack
Babbage.
of the game.
Again.
Down. Check. Goal 16. Check. Goal 16.
Manning airs this one to the left sideline, and it's incomplete.
Brandon Stokely had some room on the fringes there, but couldn't reel in the pass.
A rare incompletion. And the defense sighed a sigh of relief.
But it's
Or
only
Babin.
second quarter, Dan.
Keep
The
saying
team has
Babin.
to hang tough.
Third down from the shotgun. Makes the nice catch.
Just in case you want to break a tackle again.
He's short of the markers. That will bring up fourth down. Smith gets ready to punt this away.
Number 46. Make the return.
Smith gets the ball and pummels this one deep. Lord fields the deep punt at the 17. Brought down at the 25.
Jamal Lord returned for a few there, but after that gigantic punt, it was like tearing a single page out of War and Peace. It doesn't make much of a dent.
The Texans are looking for some separation before half and will start this drive at their own 25-yard line.
Escape.
Take their first time out. Number 1 rifles it out left side and it's caught.
Andre Johnson has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch. He beats
He
it.
literally stopped
It's all
on
about
his route.
stroking your turf.
The balls are coming his way in the middle, and he's making them pay. You have to like his performance so far.
They're not like any receivers willing to go over the middle and sacrifice the body to make a catch.
There we go.
The Texans will take a timeout. That's their second. Number 1.
Damn. That's a dangerous throw.
Incomplete.
Idris Bashir came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception.
That had potential for some yards, Peter, but the defense was on top of it and shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up. The Texans take a
It's a
timeout.
second or
That's
third
their
timeout.
final one. Jackson down, gets the sack, and the clock continued.
Mike Doss nails the offense with a huge loss. Watch how he's...
And that'll do
Waste
it
of time.
for the first half of this one. The Texans with a small lead, 10-7. And now let's send you to Chris
Another tight
Berman
game going to
in our
halftime like
studios
last
in
time.
Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
bit. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now we'll look at our halftime numbers and look at the difference in time of possession. The Texans should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Number 1 would find his target on this one. A 28-yard play that set up a Texan touchdown. The Texans strike first and go up by 7. The Colts ended the first quarter, ball at the 48. Reggie Wayne came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 47-yard touchdown for the Colts. Texans towards the end of the first quarter, game tied 7-all. Number 1 is back to throw as they want to air it out here, and this one is right on target. Texans late in the second quarter. Andre Johnson is going to find an opening in the secondary, and he'll exploit it here. And that's where we'll leave this one. Texans are holding on to a lead, 10-7. Now let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Andre Johnson has been unstoppable. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Thanks, Boomer, and welcome back to our broadcast presented in ESPN Game Sound. Designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. The Texans will receive to start the second half, and they currently enjoy a small lead, 10-7. Let's get down to the field and the action. Lord decides to take it out of the end zone. Jukes. Dragged down at the 19. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
The Texans bring their offense on the field
Let's punch
and
this
will
one
start
in.
this drive at their own 19-yard line. First down.
Number 1 has to resort to plan B on this play. That's why he gets the big bucks, Dan. He makes it happen no matter what. Oh, yeah, that scramble got him a nice game. You can't coach that. That's just instinct.
For a first down.
Number 1 goes right past the coverage and into his receiver's hands. Nice throw.
That's the third time today he's hit a receiver way downfield.
Well, his arm didn't come cheap for this team, so they might as well get their money's worth.
Davis gets the toss and runs into traffic. Another move.
Almost got a first that time.
At the 45.
Dominic Davis took advantage of some really good blocking there on that last run. When you get the initial surge like that, good things happen, especially in the ground game.
Peter, what a nice pickup to get them into a second and short situation.
Great play. They have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Davis picks up a yard on the play, and that will bring up first down.
The first down, baby.
It's caught just barely past the markers for a first.
Andre Johnson reels in the pass despite nearly getting squeezed by 2 defenders.
There's the catch and the double coverage. They really didn't phase him there.
Maybe they ought to send in a third.
And Peter, that play doesn't get off the ground unless he runs a very precise route.
He had to beat his man. A couple of the best. Heads there.
Trucking, just carrying him.
And heads out right. Dragged down at the 28.
Milford Brown cleared out a huge lane for the ball carrier right there. Had 10 or 15 more lanes, and he would have had a bowling alley.
They moved the ball, and it will be second down. Davis takes it off the toss and will lose about a yard here.
Rob Morris not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield, but buffed and polished it too. Big hit for a loss.
Peter, he's been lighting up the defensive side of the ball today and getting some nice numbers out of it.
You bet. So far, he's got 6 tackles.
There we go. Running it in from, what, the 30?
Dan, check out all the yards he snarfs up here. Yes, snarfs. That's an old football term. Tell you what, though, this is a great play.
That's the first time he's seen the end zone, and you know it was going to happen sooner or later.
Oh, he expects to have something under that TD stat at the end of every game.
Here's the point after, and it's good.
Snarfing.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown kicks this one away. Rhodes catches it back at the 6. Tackled at the 28. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. There's the numbers, Dan, and you can see that they are struggling. They need to start simple, string a few plays together, and then use that momentum to build your drives. Let's see what happens.
The Colts will start this first play of the drive at their own 28-yard line. Unloads this one to the left, and it's complete for a first down and a whole lot more.
Hold on.
Switch! Black 79! Switch! Black 79!
James has his number called on.
Hey, we're doing a much better job of holding on to Edrin than we did last time.
Second down, and they line up with 3 tight ends. James picks up for his 5th carry and will lose about a yard here.
Riley Long was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
Peter, once he closes his grip around you, you are not going to get free, regardless of how evasive you are.
Not with that strength. With those guns, he could probably juggle bowling balls or wide receivers for that matter.
Oh, shit. Way out of position, and we give up yet another big play to the receivers. That was on my safety. I'm not even going to flex. I was super on my safety.
On a bundle after the run here. Watch the replay, folks.
The catch and now the run. A multi-tiered play.
Yeah, like cake with 3 tiers of frosting. Ooh, that sounds good.
Does everything have to be turned into food for you? Wasn't supposed to be a touchdown pass, but he landed one with that terrific run after the catch.
He fights for every inch he can get out there so you don't leave any daylight between him and the end zone.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Vanderjagt rockets this one deep. Lord decides to take it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 20.
Jamal Lord took it out of the end zone, and while it may have been a little risky, he gets out close to the 20, so it all comes out in the wash on that play. Look, Dan, great receiving yards there. That will help your fantasy team.
Decent run.
7, and that brings up second down.
Dominic Davis got a little help from his friends on that play, Dan. They gave him the space he needed to make the play. Great blocking up front.
They move the ball, and it will be second down.
Damn.
They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete.
Number 1, putting on
third down, 3 wideouts in the game. One man to beat.
Damn. Thought that Drew could do something.
It will be first down.
Number 1 does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here, and he gets some yards. You don't see this out of just any old quarterback. 100-yard games are usually reserved for your starting running.
Davis will take this one
End
off
of the
toss
third,
and
baby.
Maybe picks up 1 on the play.
Dominic Davis powered forward with the football thanks to some initial blocking. Problem was they couldn't keep that push going for very long.
Not much there. It'll be second down.
Got to take what you can get, Dan, but they were, hoping for more.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Texans with a small lead, 17-14.
There we go. Gotta be safe about it.
First down.
Number 1 saw nothing happening, so he decides to scramble for it.
And he turns in a pretty successful play there.
He's never more dangerous than when he improvises like that.
First down, 10 yards to go. Didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete.
David Thornton closed in from the zone and forced the incompletion.
That had potential for some yards, Peter, but the defense was on top of it and shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up. Number 1 throws this deep down to the end zone.
There we go.
It's caught for a
Just dropping it in a bucket in the end zone, baby.
Andre Johnson throws his coverage man the finer points of pass patterns. Namely, get away from me. I have the ball to catch.
He really beat his man that
That's what happens when the receiver fights for the ball.
He's just a great receiver, though. He knew where he had to be, and he was there.
That's broken kind of a cold streak for him. The last 2 passes his way were incomplete.
Yeah, let's see if he stays on track.
Now the extra point, and it's good. The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Brown booms a beauty here. Walters decides to take it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 24.
Troy Walters took it out of the end zone, and while it may have been a little risky, he gets out close to the 20, so it all comes out in the wash on that play.
Colts get their offense on the field and will start this drive at their own 24-yard line. Harrison catches it in the flat, and that will be a gain of 3 yards. Manning throws a high, long one to the right, and it's complete at the 44. Chased down at the 17. First down. First down and 4 wideouts in the game.
4 receivers line up as the defense settles into a nickel package.
This one will fall.
Overthrown.
Gunter Robinson didn't let much daylight get between him and his assignment. Nice coverage to force the incompletion. Reggie Wayne faces down 2 defenders and comes away with the football. Oh, nice catch.
That touchdown will bring them within striking distance of the lead.
Yeah, big points, Dan. They did exactly what they needed to there.
Here's the extra point, and it's good.
Okay, let's start running some time here.
And we're set. Vanderjagt rockets this one deep. Glenn decides to take it out of the end zone. Brought down at the 13. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Look at the drive results. You can see that they're getting it done and have punched the ball into the end zone. Nice work so far. Aaron Glenn decided not to down it, but couldn't even make it to the 20, which may affect his Christmas gift from his special teams coach.
The Texans offense takes the field with time winding down. They'll start at their own 13-yard line. Davis takes the handoff and picks up a couple.
Here we go.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like, yeah, we've had an injury down on the field.
Might as well be. This dude is so... Like I said, he hasn't been the same since the first half of the season. John Kennedy. We're going to go for it.
David Thornton made the save, dropping the ball carrier before he could get to the markers.
He's now up to 6 tackles.
Let's lock him down now, team.
Thought that was a ref.
First down at the 32. That will bring up first down.
Number 1 decided at the last moment to scramble back there, and it worked out.
Peter, they get the conversion, but they were way back there. A failure would almost guarantee the other team to score.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they got lucky on that aggressive play call.
First down from the shotgun.
There we go. Nice spin, but not much else after.
Second down. The clock is stopped at 1:50. Number 1 throws a heater and the catch it. The Colts will take a timeout. That's their second.
Well, those are some impressive numbers. Look at those receiving yards.
And the big gain on the play. Run this clock out.
Gets the call on first down and takes it upfield. Peter, unfortunately, we've had some players banged up so far.
Unfortunately so. As we can see here, we've got the injuries that have accrued over the season, and I can tell you, each one of these guys was hard to lose. Injuries are a fact of life in the NFL. You have to push on and field the best team possible.
Second down with the tight end right.
No sign of hurry from the offense. They're going to take it slow here, Dan. They're concerned with one thing right now, and that's the clock.
There we go. Fake him out.
The clock continues to run.
Strong candidate used the blocking, but this stingy defense didn't give up much at all on that last play.
Not much there, but they'll get another shot on 3rd and short.
Can't come out with the win without having to score 50 like last time. Damn, he couldn't get it. Doesn't matter. Game is pretty much over.
Dan, I want to point out something
Pretty
on that last
much.
play. Did you notice the job of letting the play clock wind all the way down before
All right, y'all. Time for the post-game show.
clock management?
And that is going to do it for this one. The Texans come out on top 24-21. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Texans stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll pick up the action midway through the third quarter. Number 1 gets the carrier on 3rd down. He's going to have the first and a whole lot more. A 29-yard touchdown for the Texans. The Texans move ahead by 10. The Colts trying to answer back. The Colts on offense at the 47. Starvin Marvin Harrison was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. A 47-yard touchdown for the Colts. The Texans answering right back. Texans out in front by 3. Number 1 is back to throw, and look at the finesse he puts on this one. Nice. They move ahead by 10. The Colts answer right back. Hayden Manning is back. He's pretty much locked in on his wide receiver. He hits a 56-yard play that set up a Colt touchdown. Colts trailing 24-21. Number 1 is going to get the carry here as they grind it out on the ground. He makes the most of this one, and that's where we'll leave this one. Texans edge out a win 24-21. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Number 1 is on the sidelines with Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You really came up big, and you nosed them out in this nail-biter game. What put you guys over the top?
Our defensive guys were just animals tonight. They were all over the place, and I think they got on their heels a bit. They made things a lot easier for us on the offensive end for sure.
Chris, back to you.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. Who's ready for this weekly wrap-up? All right, here we go. All right, y'all.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Buccaneers come away with a 7-point win. The Bears won this contest, but will stay at the 3rd place in the NFC North. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Packers pick up their 8th win of the year. Chad Pennington had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for it. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Lucas is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 4 years, $1.8 million. This guy will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Steelers. This week had some big injuries, and we'll get to all of them, but we're going to start right here. Ike Hilliard might be the biggest loss on this list. Notes from the team doctor said it's a broken thigh bone, and that he'll likely be out for the rest of the regular season. On to the serious news of the week. Kendrell Bell had to be placed on injured reserve, so he'll be on the sidelines for the rest of the year. Just a key blow to the heart of this defense. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Colts, Texans. Reggie Wayne came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. The Texans go on to win this by the final score of 24-21. Ashley Lilly pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Broncos beat the Dolphins. In the gentle climbs of the Carolinas, we had the Panthers get nipped by 3 points. Down in Nashville, we had the Titans fall by 10 points. Giants, Ravens. Kyle Bowler
is eyeing the end zone from the 11-yard line. And now Stutter steps, goes across the middle. Beautiful pass, touchdown.
The Ravens win this one by the final score of 21-14. The Patriots defense pummeled their way to 5 sacks in their win at Gillette Stadium. The Saints lost on the road and will have to travel again next week to meet the Buccaneers. The Browns won this contest but will stay at the first place in the AFC North. Peerless Price stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Redskins win their 9th game of the year. Matt Hasselbeck threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Seahawks beat the Vikings. And in our final game, we had the 49ers come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC. And now checking things out over in the NFC playoff race. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. So that'll do it from here. Boomer, we send it back over to you.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right, y'all. So that's the live. We played 2 games, won both games. Excited to see it.